Okay, right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Right, here it is. Gonna continue on with Breaking Point. Need to make sure I have. There you go. So we're now entering chapter 10 in Spain. Yeah, Devin having what's supposed to be what's apparently a medical condition. I'm not really gone to it yet, but and there's also um his sister getting the um ride pretty soon here. But for now, they have a reserve driver driving for this race weekend in Spain. With Devin's sudden retirement, the team at Corner Sport are forced to scramble in an attempt to find a driver who can replace his performance on track. I feel like it's too bright. There you go. Or maybe a little too dark. What do you think? I think we've already gone through everything here. We can now proceed to the race. Racing with the team's reserve driver Connor Sport look to Aiden Jackson to help keep them afloat in the standings while a more permanent replacement for Devon is arranged. Who are we driving as? So this is gonna be a full race, I think.
So many eventful races here in Barcelona over the years. Do you remember Max Verstappen's first win on debut for Red Bull here in 2016? 2 years before, we had the dramatic coming together of Hamilton and Rosberg going towards
That was in the
turn
same year.
4. There's always a treat in store as we head back to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and the popular opinion in the paddock is that we never wanted the chicane in the first place. That's now been gone, the final corner is much faster, and at 2.9 miles and 14 turns, we await the Spanish Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday,
Leclerc
and
on
it's put him on
pole.
pole, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Moving
There's
on
one thing
to
I
the
need to
rest of
point
the
out.
grid, we
In
have
real life, the
Verstappen,
starting grid is
Russell,
from the last row to the
Norris,
first row.
Hamilton, Gasly, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Sonoda,
Those
Joe,
3D
Sargent,
models look
Bottas,
pretty goofy.
Magnussen, Ocon, Hulkenberg, De Vries,
Hulkenberg
Jackson,
looks alright.
Stroll, Albon,
Oh.
and Noah Bell. It's almost
Oh,
time for
gosh,
those 5
Noah
red
Bell.
lights to go
What the
out
hell?
then. Let's see who can prevail
Looks-
today.
He looks cross-eyed.
Welcome to the wonderful Catalunya. It's time for the Spanish Grand Prix this weekend. And whilst the season is just a few races old, it's already been one full of drama. So, Natalie Pinkham, who have you got your eye on this weekend?
Well, in Formula One, naturally, the conversation is drawn towards those at the top of the standings, both drivers and teams. But I'm really intrigued by the midfield team of Connor Sport. Devon Butler's absence will definitely be felt. There's no doubt about that, both on and off the track. For me, the interesting thing will be how they move forward without him.
Indeed, almost as many battles off the track as there are on it for Connor Sport at the moment. And Casper Ackermann and his team certainly have their work cut out for them this weekend.
The pedals are moving.
I know it's been a mad few weeks, mate, but you've always gone well here, so let's get your head down and see what we can do. Come on.
Okay, we're driving as Aiden. I think. Strategy. I mean, we went for the soft to medium in Bahrain. I feel like doing the default setup would have been better then. Here, 9 laps on the soft and 8 on the medium, which is interesting. First, how many laps? 17. Might try 24. Make it like that. Because I can be a bit, tend to short shift a bit. Interesting. That's the faster. It's faster to pit later. Just past halfway point. If we do this. I mean, the hard tire is bad, a bad tire anyway. Car setup. I also need to customize that a bit. Because for some reason with the diff, on throttle, and there's a lot of long corners here, so I think that's alright. 55. I mean, it's still essentially a default setup. Strategy, where it? It's very little to differentiate. I guess I'm just gonna trust the strategy here. Try and secure as many points as possible. So getting the points is gonna be the main objective here. Finish heads of the Spanish drivers. Whoops. I had a good start as well.
I know it's been a mad few weeks, mate.
I had a decent start there as well. I mean, granted, I'm using medium TC. I also turned off the racing line. And my force feedback's not working. That should do the trick. should have made the move there.
Okay, DRS is now available.
Buzz bunching up here in the midfield.
Good job, nice overtake.
Oh, knock the rears. Did I get DRS? We don't. Think you could break a little later than that at turn 1. I noticed I was locking the rears a lot. Whoops.
teammate behind is 4.0 seconds.
Linear.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.2 seconds.
Shit. What the? Am I wearing the rear tires out?
Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
Yo, what?
Increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep it up.
That's a nice move.
Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now, push. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 1.9 seconds.
That was a good one. Pitting with Alonso here. Mercedes, McLaren. Nice.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting. Right, Noah's coming in for his stop now. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 2.3 seconds. And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Alonso wide here.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 18.1 seconds.
got the RS. Yes. Too far.
Great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Well, Sainz in second place now. No way I'm gonna get that objective. Ah, dang it. Hamilton got me back. On the outside of turn 4. Can we catch up to George Russell? Oh, wide at turn 9. What?
Drink ganito. Half.
Okay, okay.
Later.
Not. Sheesh. Sorry about that.
Okay, mate.
And I
Final
wasted a
lap.
bit of
Keep your
energy there.
concentration
That's
and
not
let's bring it
ideal.
home.
gonna be P6 for us.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
It's the sort that I'm pretty sure that costs me there.
So it's Aidan
was
Jackson
pretty-
propping up Connor Sport here today, but the big news off
pretty
the track
tentative
is
on the start.
speculation about this team and whether or not they'll see out the season with their current lineup.
Well, I think they'll have to sign a new driver, Crofty. It's a gamble worth taking.
Well, a mid-season signing would get us all talking, I'm sure, but time will tell. Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
Here's Natalie.
Well, Connor Sport are in a bit of an odd situation right now. So, just tell me, what is it like for you today?
Yeah, not so long ago my teammate was Devon and we had a plan sorted out for the rest of the season. Now it's Noah and for the last couple of races suddenly nobody's quite sure what the situation is. I've never had to drive in this situation before, so it's all pretty strange, but you do what you can.
Most importantly, how is Devon? And how are you finding it without your teammate?
I honestly never thought I'd say this, but I do miss him. He brought a lot of energy to the team and it feels odd not to have him around right now. For the record, I'm not saying I like him. He'd never let me hear the end of it, but he's missed at Connorsport, that's for sure.
Well, there's a lot of talk about what happens if Devon doesn't return. Would Connor Sport be looking for a new driver, do you think?
That's from the performance. That's for the team. This would be for the reputation.
It's not for me to say, but I think it could be a real opportunity for the team to make an exciting signing. There's a lot of talent out there hungry for a shot in F1, and Connorsport could find themselves in the perfect position to offer them one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Here's Lando. Hello. I forgot that Oscar is. Wait, no. Oscar's 8-1. I think I saw someone with the number 4. That was weird. Post-race, with the Spanish Grand Prix in the books, Connorsport set their sights on securing their driver lineup for the remainder of the 23 season. I'm expecting calls. I feel like I need to hold the camera a bit to the right even further so you can see my mouth more when I'm leaning forward. There you go. Still need to see my seat there. Where's my light? I hope it's not too in the way. It's too in the way. Damn it. So light doubles as it's a desk fan with a desk lamp as well. Just so you know. News. Oh shit.
Hey, Casper, you wanted to speak to me?
Yes, I did.
Shoot.
Nothing major, really. To be honest, I just wanted to thank you.
Oh. What for? I'm, just doing my job.
Me?
No, it's more than that. Well, I know why you stayed on the team. And, but I won't lie to you, it's not been easy.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah, but you really stepped up. It's good for me to know that I've got someone like you to rely on.
Always.
Yeah. Look, Aiden, I'll warn you, things may not get any easier, at least not for a while. But, well, we've got something in the pipeline. A potential new driver, and a damn good one.
Who is it?
I can't say, not yet. It's a bit of a gamble, but if they agree, we could have something special.
Nice. And, how is Devon?
Fine. I think... I'm not sure. I mean, Davidoff has closed the door on that one, but... Yeah, he tells me Devon is in a good place, though.
That's good, that's good.
Just keep doing what you're doing, okay? And now, just get out of here.
Of course. I'll catch you later, Casper.
One thing I'm curious is if, aside from what you answer to the press, if, yeah, I mean, what you answer to the press, how it affects the dialogue itself, like the phone calls and the cutscenes, and already does with the news articles, emails, and whatnot, the socials. Motorsport replacement. New driver in time for Azerbaijan. One question persists following today's performance. How long can Cornersport reserve Noah Bell hold out? Has he done enough to satisfy Andrea O'Connor? And is there a chance the sponsors will simply want a name they recognize? May it be Davidoff Butler? See this as an opportunity to exert pressure on the team. A replacement driver does seem the most likely scenario for the team right now, but do they have anyone lined up yet? And just how fast are things moving behind the scenes? One of the sources tells me things are moving faster than we might expect, that Cornersport could announce a new driver as soon as next week and have a full roster again soon thereafter, perhaps as early as Baku. Reserves to the rescue, stepping up to the plate, with Nova Bell thrust into the position of deputy for the stricken Devon Butler. Fans with an interest in F1 history may be wondering what examples from years gone by they can call upon the next time it comes up in a pub quiz. Hulkenberg. Well, we've got you covered, starting with 2020 when Lewis Hamilton had to drop out. A young George Russell stepped up from his plucky Williams to the beast of the championship-winning Mercedes and almost had glory to show it. A strong drive only offset by rotten luck with a pit stop error and a slow puncture meant he was denied a meeting win. No mention of Jack Aiken, for that matter, who deputized for Russell in Williams. And also, like I mentioned, Nico Hulkenberg for both Racing Point drivers at the time, with Sergio Perez in both Silverstone races, the British Grand Prix and the 70th Anniversary Grand Prix, and Lance Stroll for at the Nürburgring in the Eiffel Grand Prix. Last year, Nick De Vries essentially secured his full-time drive this season by subbing in for Alex Albon and immediately finishing in the points, something that eluded Williams on most occasions last year. Elsewhere, okay, there it is. Hulkenberg replaced Perez in 2020, and Stroll and Vettel in 22, and Antonio Giovinazzi subbed in for Pascal Wehrlein in 2017, which I think was the accident in the Race of Champions. That's what it was. What really happened to Devon? Have we... I think we have read these ones already, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have social. Oh, Ben, don't be too harsh on the reserve driver. Noah Bell looked distinctly dodgy out there today. New signing then. Nothing more exciting than a mid-season signing. Fingers crossed. One moment we're lamenting the loss of Devon, the next we're gleefully speculating on who replaces him. How quickly the F1 world moves on, indeed. Points are points, but we all know he can do better than this. Has the thing with Butler riled him, do you think? Come on! Sainz finished second, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I could have done a better job on the first lap. I feel like there's obviously some bad vibes between those two, but in some ways I think they might be good for each other. Maybe Devon has knocked him a bit. Yeah, that's... Rumors are Cornersport's Aiden Jackson is set to appear at the latest F1 sim racing event. Great booking. Nice. It's no secret that Aiden is a big gamer. Cornersport might want him to be focusing on the real driving a bit more, though. Maybe. Confessing he misses Devon Butler. Maybe they did actually like each other. Yeah, I think their relationship is probably quite complicated. You know, the love-hate relationship thing. The writing is on the wall for Ackerman and Connor. They must be looking for another driver to help them out for the remainder of the season. Feels like there is an obvious candidate, right? Weber Hive Unite? No matter how well he performs, I find Jackson somehow underwhelming. Am I the only one? I think that should have marked with the race performance there for the green thing. Sounds like you're just missing his rival. Looks like the man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. Lots of decisions we made at Corner Sport. Sheesh, we're already 45 minutes in. Bit of a juxtaposition when he was all smiles before Imola. Oh wait, but I mean we did full 25% race. Isn't this why he hired Ackerman? I mean, Ackerman does know someone, of course. Email. This remains against my better judgment, but you and Andrea seem convinced that this is the right direction for the team. Let me know the second you have spoken to her. I want updates the instant they happen. This is about Callie. Well done, update soon, team. I know it's not been easy at Corner Sport recently, but I want you all to know that I appreciate your professionalism in the face of such adversity. We know now that Devil will not be joining us again this season. I am incredibly grateful for Noah's efforts in particular, but we still need an additional driver to bring the team back to full strength as soon as we can. In that regard, I hope to have news I can share with you all soon. We appreciate all you've done to make this work. In the meantime, thanks so much, Andreo. Kasper Davidov has been in touch. 1 minute he's saying Cal is the right choice. The next minute he's saying he's a risk. If I didn't know him better, I'd say he's panicking. Though whether it's a legitimate concern or for personal reasons, I'm not sure. Would you like me at the meeting with Kelly? I'm happy either way. Call me when you get this, Andreo. Right, next chapter it is. Some press questions looks like, or
hey
like
boss, got a couple of minutes.
sim racing opportunity. Aiden has been approached to help promote F1 sim racing event. He agreed to take part without consulting with us first, and the event has already announced his participation in social media. Should we let him attend still? Yes, it's annoying that he didn't talk to us about first, but getting his face out there is good exposure for the team. I mean, we're kind of doing all right. No, there are enough distractions going this season without this. We need him to focus on driving. It's not ideal, but let's see if we can agree to him to attend over video. He can keep his commitments without having to leave the team to do so. Let him go.
Why are you hesitating? You've always dreamt of racing in F1.
Not like this. Do you know what he did?
Oh, your father?
He refused to support me. Said he'd only fund one of his children. Said Devon had better prospects.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Mum used the divorce settlement to help me out, but...
Ooh.
And you're only here because he sent you.
No. This was my idea. My decision. And this is me asking you, Callie, not your father. We need a replacement, and I ask for you because I know how good you are. And that's the truth.
I always said I'd do it on my terms, not his.
I'll look
Well, it's
out
not
for
on
you,
his.
just like I did in F2.
Will you keep him away from me?
I'll do everything in my power, everything, to make sure that all you have to think about is driving. We've got a deal?
I mean, the name is on the shirt.
You might never get this opportunity again. You know that.
reluctantly shakes his hand. With current F2 champion Calimero now on board, Casper and the team at Cornersport hope that stability on the roster will help garner the results needed to keep pace with the competitive field of the F1 grid. We're racing Baku. I've never driven this track. Well, shit.
Could you take a look at this, please?
Good news, one of our sponsors has unexpectedly paid a bonus early. There are a number of ways we can use this money. The question is, where should we invest it? Getting more performance out of the cars is paramount. A happy team is a productive team. Let's reward them for all the hard work and feed this back to the bonus pot. I mean, it's either between the car or the factory. I'm going with that. It's not gonna. I'm thinking more of long run stuff. More. I think if I pick car, it would have leveled up even further. Email first. Oh shit.
Davidov.
They stopped me entering the garage just because Callie's in there. It's ridiculous.
We've had this conversation. You need to give her space.
I'll humor you for now, but I don't like being told where I can and can't go around here. Don't forget, you talked me into this.
What does that mean? Talked you into what?
Signing Callie in the first place. I'm just allowing you to take credit for it, that's all.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to blame me.
Well, if you're right about it, there'll be no blame to allocate, will there?
Anything else?
You're a busy man. I'll let you go.
Hey. Elisa Lang, Media Relations. Hey Casper, just to follow on from our meeting yesterday, we've had another 14 individual requests for interviews with Callie this weekend. Looks like everyone's desperate for their own take. In all my years in PR, I've never seen anything like it. I've communicated to the rest of my team your concerns about protecting Callie from as much of this as we can while managing our mandatory commitments. Thanks, Alyssa. I'm guessing this is separating her with Davidoff. Hey honey, I couldn't get through on the phone, so listen, despite my best efforts not to, I'm meeting up with Evelyn for lunch. Turns out she can be pretty convincing when she wants to, like mother, like daughter, I guess. I just read the trackside interview, by the way. I don't know what you were so worried about. You came across really well, although, come to think of it, wasn't it my idea for you to mentor her in the first place? They should really be interviewing me. Headline could be something like Zoe Ackerman is quietly changing the face of F1. What do you think? I'll suggest it to Evelyn when we meet. Maybe she'll have thoughts. Mark Priestley. So Callie's first race is finally here. The team in the garage can't wait to see what she can do with the car. I've spoken to Callie already, mainly to make sure she doesn't get caught out in the castle section. As you'll remember from your F1 days, one of the difficulties of Baku is the deceptive runoff, so she needs to make sure she keeps her eyes focused on her braking points. Mark. News. Cornersport signed Callie Mayer, F2 champ, replaces her brother. A mid-season signing that had the whole F1 world talking. Cornersport initially refused to comment on Devin Butler's future and whether it would be necessary to replace him, but broke their silence last week to confirm the Callie Mayer rumors. Many speculated that Mayer, last season's F2 champion, could be brought in to fill the vacant seat on the team funded by her father, now ahead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Cornersport prepare for Mayer's maiden outing, and the rest of us wait, fascinated to see how she fares. Trackside chats. Ackerman on Mayer. Interview with Cornersport team principal Casper Ackerman, who mentored Callie through her winning season F2. Did he always know Callie would be successful in the world of motorsports? We asked him. I'm not special for recognizing Callie's ability, Ackerman said. Everyone who follows F2 knows how dominant she was in the 22 season. If she were a man, we'd all be much less surprised she found a seat on an F1 team. And how does he think she'll adjust to the driving in F1? Ackerman's careful not to put any pressure on her. For starters, we'll make sure the car fits her, which wasn't the case in F2. He says you can never say for sure how a driver will adjust, but I believe in Callie, and I'm excited to find out. The Butlers, the family behind Cornersport Butler Global Racing Team. Although we all knew Devin Butler, for most of us, Calimere is a new name in the sport. The arrival of Cornersport on the grid also saw Devin's father, Davidoff, thrust into the limelight as the team's most prominent investor. He is the butler in Butler Global, after all. It remains to be seen what role Devin will play in the future of the sport, if any, but the Butler family has fast established its own racing legacy over the course of the past 2 seasons. Calimere, meanwhile, has shrinked the Butler family name for presumed personal reasons, taking her mother's name after her parents divorced in 2013. The situation at Cornersport is as complex as it is interesting, and F1 veteran turned team principal Casper Ackerman must keep the outfit running. A glass ceiling shattered, and a 31-year wait is the newest entrant onto the F1 grid, but she is also the first woman in 31 years to enter a Grand Prix. The last was Giovanna Amati back in 92, but the qualification rules were different then, and the drivers from lower running teams had to pre-qualify to gain entry into the qualifying proper, so Amati never got to make her own bow in the race itself. Before her, Desiree Wilson also tried and failed to qualify, but she did win in a different F1 classification, Brands Hatch, meaning she has stand named after her in her honor there as the only woman to win a Formula One race of any kind. Leia Lombardi remains the only female point scorer in F1, finishing 6th at the 1975 Spanish Grand Prix. Only half points were only awarded due to the early stoppage, so Lombardi scored half point for the session. Finally, a special word for the Italian racer Maria Teresa de Filipis, who was the first woman to compete in Formula One, doing so in 5 races. I think, if I recall, the Lombardi one, yeah, that was pretty messy Grand Prix, if I recall. Before, actually, when we read this one first, Natalie Pinkham. Calimere, first ever F1 race. The eyes of the F1 world are watching. Historic day. Out with one Butler, in with another. Oh, sorry, not Butler, apparently. Mayer. Her father funds the team. Her mentor manages the team. And her brother needs replacing. Anyone for nepotism? Cheering on Cali every step of the way today. So excited to see a woman on the grid. What a significant day for motorsport. #Mayor. At long last, a modern day F1 driver go on proud. I can finally tell my little girl that could be you one day. Aiden Jackson yet to have a teammate he didn't hate. Let's see if Mayer bucks the trend. Mayer is a different driver to Butler. They might be related, but their styles are different. I think they're a good match personally. I'd watch out, Aiden Jackson F1. It won't be long before they replace you with the Butler's housekeeper. Aru, oh my god. May as well brand to Butler Sport at this point. I'm not saying people shouldn't call out the nepotism, but can we at least take a moment to appreciate how historically significant today is? Bring back Devin. Come on, it's sunglasses and t-shirt. Time here in Baku, sublime weather for today's race. When isn't it? Sun's out, wheel guns out. I know the optics aren't great. What with the whole Butler connection, but are people forgetting Mayer is an F2 champion? Thank you. She put in some dominant performances during last year's championship. Her track record speaks for itself. Now Davidoff Butler 6 years an F1 seat for his other child too, a billionaire father buying tickets at a fairground. Should decision by Ackerman and Connor or disaster waiting to happen? From Anthony Davidson. It's a risky move throwing a rookie in mid-season, but they didn't have much choice with Bell's performance. Before we go to the race, I'm gonna need to take I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Right. Let's go to the race. With the world watching, Callie looks to make history as she approaches her first start behind the wheel of an F1 car. Are we doing
History
the full
is
race
made
again?
here today as Callie Mayer, Connor Sport's latest signing, becomes the first female driver of the modern era to participate in an F1 race.
What a moment! I've got goosebumps. Now, for those of you wondering at home, only a handful of women have entered at least one Grand Prix over the years, but none have even had the opportunity to qualify since 1992. Italy's Giovanna Amati, for those of you wondering. So today is very much a new dawn here in Baku.
Oh boy.
And Mayer was impressive in qualifying, so let's see what the Grand Prix has in store for her.
Yeah, I have to say, it is quite a tight-knit pack out there. Fierce competition all round. I really wouldn't want to call this one.
Indeed. We've seen some brilliant driving here today, especially from young Callie Mayer. She seems to have made the transition to F1 as if she was born for it.
Okay, so it's not gonna be a full race. Although I'm not looking forward.
Okay, Callie, really good start. Keep it up.
Oh no, we're going straight to the castle section we go.
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
Okay, I definitely need the racing line here.
Okay, Callie, really good start. Keep it up.
I'm not finished yet.
Because I turned off trying to practice.
Okay, Callie,
Those tech
really
are
good start.
pretty
Keep it up.
lethal, aren't they?
I'm not finished yet.
Oh wait. Gosh, it's because it defaults to.
Okay, Callie, really good start. Keep it up.
I'm not finished yet.
Whose idea was this to put
Okay, Callie, really
set up
good
like
start.
this
Keep
with
it
the
up.
brake bias and all?
I'm not finished yet.
Okay, Callie, really good start. Keep it up.
I'm not finished yet.
Okay, Callie, really good start. Keep it up.
Thanks for the follow,
yet.
Team B11.
closing the gap on the car behind by 5/10 a lap. Our gap to the car in front is 2.5 seconds.
Fuck me. They should have started on the back
Okay,
straight
Callie,
first.
really good start. Keep it up.
I'm not finished yet.
Catching the car ahead by a couple of seconds a lap now. Really good. Okay, good work. Great pass.
It's a risky place. Woo.
Here comes Callie Mayer, closing in on her teammates.
She's practically on top of me. Aiden, calm down. You're on different strategies. Just let Callie pass.
Oh, Aiden, don't
Okay,
do what you're
Callie,
gonna
Aiden's
do.
gonna let you pass at the next corner. Let's go.
Copy.
Will Mayer get past her teammate now? Here she comes.
Uh-oh.
But there's contact. Contact between the two Connor Sport drivers. Jackson's out. He gets the worst of it. Mayer's clear.
Oh, Jackson's damage looks bad. I think you're right, Crofty. His race is over.
Mayer seemed to catch Jackson unawares, though. I'm not sure why.
What was that? Why didn't she wait for me to move over on the exit? Okay, Aiden, are you alright? It's just another butler.
That's on you, Eden.
I thought he was letting me through.
Yeah, I know, Callie. I'm sorry about that, but it's happened now. It's over. Let's get your head down and focus. Come on.
I need to pause this. I need to point out it, everyone's engineer is Mark Priestley. I mentioned it before. Finishing top 8.
Copy.
Off the wheels there. Oh, this is not the place to do it. Thanks for that. I mean...
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay. you up a place. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left. And the gap behind us is 3.4 seconds.
Former teammates, minus Stern.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
Holy smokes! That was a dive.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, gap ahead is 1.6 seconds. Final lap, push, push. We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. Okay, the gap behind is 1.6 seconds.
Shit. Could have gotten P7 there, but made a
And
terrible
that's the end of
flashback
the
there.
race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Well, in spite of the drama amongst those at the top of the standings, so much of the discussion today has centred around Connor Sport.
Absolutely, a bittersweet race for them today. One historic debut, one DNF. I mean, you couldn't write it.
And talking of that debut, what did you make of Callie Mayer's first ever start?
Well, I am so excited to see Callie racing in F1. It is great for the sport. She is a phenomenal talent. I can't wait to see what the season holds and her career as a whole.
And if today is anything to go by, the name Callie Mayer is one that we'll be watching with a lot of interest for many years to
This is
come.
gonna be an interesting cutscene. Okay, good. We're
Here
going to
come
do
our
one more.
winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by...
Not an ideal start. A misunderstanding between the new teammates forces Aiden to retire from the race in Baku.
And do you feel extra pressure at Connor Sport? Must be difficult with your dad looking over your shoulder.
Look, it's F1. It's not possible for me to feel any more pressure than I already do. So no, it's not an issue.
Callie, have you felt any pushback from anyone in the F1 world, just with you being the first female driver in the sport?
No, everyone's been amazing. And I'm not the first, I'm just the latest.
How's your brother? Are you really just keeping his seat warm?
You'd have to ask him that. But he is getting the help that he needs. And no, I have no intention of giving up this seat.
What happened out there between you and Aiden today?
It's just a mix-up. I thought he was letting me through on the entry, but he clearly had other
We
ideas.
spoke to him earlier, and he said it was deliberate on your part. Any comment on that?
It was just a misunderstanding.
You've always gone by Mayor, and now you're in a team financed by your father, driving in your brother's seat. Would you go back to the Butler name?
Should have expected it, right?
I thought you did.
That's not what I mean. I mean, I'm a woman. I get it. I'm happy to talk about it.
Then what is it?
Well, it's always the same, isn't it? So you're a woman, and then every question about Dad, about Devon, about the Butler name.
Just forget about it.
I can never get away from it, can I? The only question about the race was about Aiden.
Well, you know, maybe if we'd let it run a little longer, there would have been...
Casper? Don't defend them.
Sorry, you're right. Sorry.
Look, it's fine. I'll be faster next time.
The incident at Baku, do you think she did it on purpose?
She did do it on purpose. Yeah. Check the footage.
What the hell,
So
Aiden?
you didn't warm to her?
We weren't the best of friends. No.
Now Aiden's becoming a bit of a heel here. Number 66, eh?
Hey, Mum.
Callie, I couldn't be prouder, darling. Well done.
Oh, thanks, Mum. It was a good race. Felt great out there.
Oh, it was a good race.
Oh, no, what is it?
What do you mean, what is it? What's what?
I can hear it in your voice, Mum. It was a good race.
No, it's nothing.
Go on.
No, it's just that you didn't do it on purpose, did you? When you clipped poor Aiden.
I can't believe you're even asking me. Did you really raise your daughter to behave like that?
I'm really not sure.
It was an accident, Mum. I'm hanging up.
Bruh.
Oh, of course it was. Bye, darling. Lots of love.
Bruh. The interview requests are still flying in. It's all very encouraging, but we need to figure out how to manage all your time. However, one or two people seem to be under the impression your interview was cut short today, which isn't a great look, but let's chat about it this week. Evelyn, just a quick one. I've got a few media types I could introduce you to that might benefit you in the long run if you could develop a relationship. I presume you'll be home the week of Silverstone. It'd be a perfect opportunity for me to arrange a lunch or two. No pressure. I know you're busy, but I know how helpful it can be to have allies in the press. Let me know what you think. Evelyn Mayer, Director, Mayer PR Limited. Excuse me. We know you had to make do with a few generic fittings today, so thanks for that. All the parts we measured for will be ready ahead of the next race. It's important everything's feeling right, and we look forward to making the car as comfortable as possible for you. The Baku Roundup, a day of drama, but the most talked about story of the day comes from further down the field in the form of the Connor Sports Calimere, who on her maiden outing forced her own teammate to retire from the race. Social media remains awash with speculation regarding the intent behind the collision, but what really happened? Was it just a misunderstanding, or could it be something more? Corner Sport have confirmed it was a team order, and Mayer herself said in post-race interview that she simply thought Jackson was letting her pass on the entry. Fans will enjoy speculating, but struggle to see this as anything other than a genuine mix-up. Look at the footage again. You might see Jackson moving to block her. Whichever way you read it, a memorable day for Connor Sport. Come on, it was Jackson not happy when questioned about it. Jackson claimed it was a deliberate move on Mayer's part. He wouldn't say any more when pressed, but presumably thinks she was so hungry to make an impact that she'd gladly drive into her own teammate. Mayer's only comment so far, it was a misunderstanding, and I doubt we'll ever hear more from her on the matter. She's already developed a bit of a reputation for being abrupt after her team principal Casper Ackerman appeared to cut her press time short after the race, signaling to her off camera, escorting her back to the garage. I see. Surprised so many calling Mir out today. Clearly just a mix-up between teammates. Jackson's fault, if anything. I agree with Break there. I wasn't sure Mir would handle the transition well, but she looked sharp today. Impressive. 8th, that's a decent race by anyone's standards. An impressive debut by Calamir for Chronosport today here in Baku. Valuable points for the team after a difficult few weeks. I have no intention of giving up the seat. I'm sure a certain Devin Butler will have something to say about that. You really think he's coming back? Oof, DNF, Aiden Jackson. Exciting mid-season signing, first female driver in the modern age. But she cuts her interview short today. What's that about? Congratulations, Calamir. Amazing how far you can get in life with rich enough parents. Shima back Jackson would have been interesting to see which counter sport teammate came out on top today. Does anyone really think he'd have done better than 8th? Poor Aiden can't escape the Butler family wrath. Roundup of a historic day in Azerbaijan. So much for better harmony over at corner sport with Devin gone. Awkward. Classic Butler move. She did it on purpose. Doubtful. I think this showed the risk of putting a rookie in there. She made a bad judgment call, but why would she intentionally force her own teammate off the track? To put him in his place, I don't know. These Butlers or Mayors like to play mind games. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt, maybe after one race. I already miss Devin. Hope we haven't seen the last of him. There you go. Next chapter. British Grand Prix. Several weeks later, with an inauspicious start to their new driver lineup, Connorsport hope for more consistency as they head to historic Silverstone.
Hey boss, got another one for you.
Motorsport is scheduled to take part in a feature article for a leading motorsport news website. Senior management and the drivers have been requested to attend a photo shoot and interview after the upcoming Austrian Grand Prix. There is an issue though. Kelly is refusing to attend due to Davida's attendance. How would she handle this? Kelly's relationship with her father is complicated. I think it would be best to let her sit this one out. Besides, she's had a lot of press attention already this season. Perhaps a focus on corner sport. Management might round things a little. Pair of them are going to have to put on a brief face for a few hours and present a united front for once for the benefit of Sports' overall public image. But her attendance at this shoot is non-negotiable. Both need to be front and center as the faces of Connorsport. Appreciated the situation in the Your old friend, former F1 driver and current journalist Lucas Weber has been in touch. He's keen to do a piece on what it takes to be a TP in F1. I know you and Lucas have a good relationship, but the PR department is concerned that your history and friendship is so well known amongst the fans that they will think of it as a puff piece and will dispute outright. How would you end? I mean, isn't really that not uncommon? Lucas is a professional. I know he isn't free to ask the hard questions. I would expect nothing less from him. Let's do it. I think they're right. Doesn't matter how much we spin it. Everyone knows me and Lucas are friends. Coverage will be good as Lucas. If anyone else from his team can fill in for him the way. Compromise. Why not? Okay, so this is gonna be the last chapter of the night. Time for the news. New drivers, same old rivalry. Jackson. Oh, fuck.
Andrea?
You seen this latest article doing the rounds today? 3 weeks later and the press are still going with narrative of the rivalry at Connorsport. Still!
They just need an angle for Silverstone. Paid no attention.
But they're right, aren't they? It's not like Callie and Aiden are sadly treating each other like teammates.
They just need time. It took me a while to warm to Aiden back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you were a grumpy old man.
Yeah. Well, some things never change, I guess.
Ha! Now you're just grumpier and older. I'll leave you to it.
Wow. Andreo.
Aye.
Jackson hasn't been shy about his issues with Calimere since the incident at Baku. He's only doubled down on his comments that the move was deliberate and that we need only look at the footage to see what he means. Consport seems to have a real issue with managing the personalities of the drivers. Butler was well known for his larger-than-life personality and provocative comments off track, but since leaving Cornersport, their driver problems have only continued. This has led some to speculate that the issue was less with Butler and more with Jackson. Yeah. Whatever the case, the Cornersport rivalry continues, and a home race for both drivers at Silverstone will do little to quell tempers. Is he retired? Why is no one talking about it? Still no sign of Devin Butler, and no word from Cornersport or any potential return. Butler has also been uncharacteristically quiet on social media, leading most to presume that he won't race again, which would make Imola the last race of his career. So Devin Butler fans find themselves in limbo. It doesn't look like Butler will return, but neither has his retirement been formally acknowledged. The F1 world got so obsessed with the signing of Calimere that it never quite acknowledged the loss of one of its biggest personalities in Devin Butler. Although no formal announcement has been made, most fans are working on the assumption provided by Cornersport Insider that Butler had an alleged problem with his hearing. The legend of Jim Clark. And as thoughts turn to Silverstone, thoughts also turn to some legacy drives and drivers that have graced the former airfield over the years. But one name looms larger than the rest, that of Jim Clark, the Scottish champion, who is arguably the best British driver of all time. A shy superstar who made headlines on both sides of the Atlantic, we lost Clark ahead of his time when he still had so much to offer the sport and the world in general. In his time in the sport, he won 2 World Drivers' Championships and was also a prolific competitor in other classifications. Not bad for a one-time farmhand who only raced on the side. I think also won the Indy 500. Of course, I won't mention it here. Silverstone from World War II to 2022, a journey through time. Although unlike some of the more modern additions to the F1 calendar, older tracks are often a throwback to a time gone by where curious locations were retrofitted to become racetracks. Silverstone is perhaps the most famous example. Back in the Second World War, RAF Silverstone was an airbase for the British war effort. Specifically, training would-be pilots. After the war, it lay disused for some time before being renovated by locals as a racetrack. In fact, its 3 former runways used to lie in the center of the circuit. After more recent developments, they now intersect. It hosted the first ever F1 race in 1950 and has been an essential part of the sport ever since. Socials. I need to have a bit of drink first for a moment. Will he stay or will he go? Speculation already this season over the future of Jackson at Corner Sport. I don't remember a time we didn't speculate over his future, to be honest. I'm more interested in the future of Corner Sport as a team than I am Jackson as a driver. Got tickets to Silverstone, first ever Grand Prix, and so hyped to see Calimere. Sold out before I got the chance to get mine. Going to miss the atmosphere. Watching it live is the best experience. Just turn the volume on your TV up real high. Same thing, right? According to a Corner Sport insider, Butler is suffering from a hearing loss. You can't trust everything you read, mate. Trust me, bro. Jackson is such a crybaby. Just go. Corner Sport will be better off without you. Weeks later, and the narrative around Corner Sport has not changed. These two drivers don't get on with each other. Not quite what Ackerman had in mind when he brought Mayer on board. Big deal. Most teammates don't get on with each other. Of course, they are going to be rivals. Everyone expects teammates to be best friends. Agreed. Besides, it makes for more drama. I'd take a repeat of Hamilton Rosberg, please. Butler's home race. Think we might see him around the paddock this weekend. I'm guessing not, but hey, let's see if he surprises us. Mid-season review, a team-by-team look at what to expect from the remaining races on the calendar. It's turning out to be another fascinating season. I'm hoping to a late season search from McLaren. Norris and Piastri are a great tandem. Oh, well, just look at their past few races. They're doing pretty great. I refuse to watch until Butler returns. Boycott for Butler. Can't wait to see the action through Maggots and Beckett's. There is still some focus on the press on the rivalry at Corner Sport. Anything we can do to play down that angle in our dealings with the media would really help. Andrea's not happy with the situation, but it all comes down to Aiden Kelly's actions on and off the track. I'm talking to the media outlets offering alternative narratives, and it'd be great if you could play all this down if the media ask. Can you talk with Kelly and Aiden? I don't know how delicate the situation is. And if I was on Casper, just get on with it, you two. We need to discuss the possibility of telling Aiden Kelly about the terms of the contract with Davidoff. We must stop the infighting and give us all something to focus on. I know we agreed to keep it between us, but we can't risk this getting out of hand. Unity is paramount right now. You know how much this team means to me. Think about it. Weather forecast. Full weather report for the race is attached. Looks like we'll enjoy a nice clean one today. Some clouds should settle in later in the race, but no signs of rain at the moment. You never know. I mean, I guess it's 25%, so it should be dry. Here we go. Let's race. With the crowd behind both drivers at their home Grand Prix, Calamere is facing stiff competition from her teammate Aiden Jackson. Doing mid-race, eh?
What is Aiden's problem?
Okay, we'll have a word.
He's been so late into these corners. I have no space out here.
Yeah, we'll talk to him, Kelly.
This is still about Baku, isn't it?
I've been practicing before streaming. I was practicing on the circuit. I cannot get the line right in Lawfield for some reason. No, I was not happy with that one.
Okay, the car behind's catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap. Be aware.
I had the overtake button the whole time, damn it. Track limits.
Brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
Got a huge train in front.
Pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff.
They get a bump.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh my god, bro.
Okay, you're in the top 10. The car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. And gap to the car in front is 2.0 seconds. final lap.
Forgot the brake bias. That racing line was a bit distracting there. I could be part of that battle. Tenth place it is.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Whew.
You see, this is just another example of the Connor Sport drivers antagonising each other.
Yeah, but you've got to look at Ackerman as well. He's the one that can sort the situation out. So far, he's letting them run wild.
His job is to keep control, and no matter what the season, no matter what the driver, Connor Sport just can't seem to gel as a team. So you've got to ask the question, really, what will it take? After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
Right.
Callie, this is your first ever F1 race at Silverstone in front of the home fans. So just try to put into words what that means to you.
Yeah, I mean, just to see the number of fans cheering for me really spurred me on today, and I used to come here as a little girl to watch the races, so it really means everything. It's a dream come true, to be honest.
Well, I have to say, it was tight out there once again.
Ah,
between
shite.
you and Aiden. You're not giving each other much space, are you?
All I can do is focus on my driving, just performance of that team. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I won't be answering those. Those won't be my answers either.
Yeah, well, we're both incredibly competitive drivers. And we're going to have races where we get in each other's way. It happens all the time within teams, you know.
Now, naturally, there has been a lot of speculation about the role of your father, Davidoff Butler, in securing your seat at Connor Sport. Just what do you say to the critics?
I mean, she doesn't want to acknowledge about it, so I'm gonna go with this one.
Okay, well, look at Gasly, Leclerc, Russell, and now everyone's suddenly surprised that an F1 team signed an F2 champion. I'm here because I can drive. People need to get a grip.
Ooh, get a
Thank
grip.
you so much for your time.
I mean, you could argue Mick Schumacher, although treatment wasn't, according to him, not really been well. Manages to get the best of Aiden at Silverstone, but Connor Sport continued to look like a team divided. Whew. Oh wow, we're far behind, both in performance and reputation.
Hey, Mum.
Callie,
You saw the interview?
would you like some loving parental advice?
Not really.
Yeah. All this stuff about your father, I mean, you do know there's an element of truth to what they're saying. Like it or not, you've got to acknowledge it.
I don't have to acknowledge anything.
You can't make it go away by ignoring it, Cal. People will say all manner of nonsense if you don't accept it. She's privileged, they'll say. She's out of touch.
I don't care what they say about me.
Of course you do. You're only human.
I'm just here to drive.
If only it were that simple, darling.
Yeah. Look, I've got stuff to do, okay?
Think about it anyway. Lots of love.
Team in crisis. Ackerman must step up now that we're over halfway through the F1 calendar. Ackerman must be asking himself what he can do to hold the team together. Following the rumor that the title sponsor defaulted on a payment earlier in the season, a rumor swiftly dismissed by Corner Sport, there has been quite chatter around whether or not the team can even survive another season, and these problems certainly aren't helped by the behavior of the team's own drivers. If they are to have any chance of success, they've got to start pulling in the same direction. Andrea O'Connor will be looking to Ackerman to do anything to unify the team. And the team that looks to be permanently fractured, we can't keep dismissing the behavior of its drivers. Is Eden Jackson happy? The latest paddock rumors. Yet more rumors flying around the paddock that Jackson simply isn't happy at Corner Sport, and that the end of the season can come soon enough. Jackson himself has yet to comment publicly on his future at Corner Sport, and we likely won't hear any official comment from him until the end of the season. But if you believe the paddock gossip, the divide in Corner Sport is real, and Jackson will do whatever it takes to make a break from the Butler family, even if it means abandoning his old friend Casper Ackerman. Is Mir out of touch? She understands it's not easy, right? But there are some who have criticized Calimere for being out of touch in response to her interview following the British Grand Prix when questioned about the role of her father securing the seat. She refused to acknowledge him, instead compared herself to previous city champions. That's all very well and good, but Mir hasn't proven herself like those drivers have, and when you have a parent as well connected as Mir is, it's naive not to acknowledge it. If Davidoff Butler had to choose between his own daughter and another driver, he likely wouldn't have to think particularly hard. I mean, that's at least what everyone else assumes. If you don't know what's behind the scenes, it's easy to assume. Corner Sport versus Corner Sport. I think we've read all of that. Mir denies the role of her father in securing her F1 seat. I think we all see it a little differently. 10th place on welcome points for Corner Sport from Mayor. Got to wonder if they could got more if both drivers weren't trying to get one over on each other. Some great defensive driving on display from Mayor in Silverstone today. She kept Jackson at bay to close the race. I didn't have to defend from Jackson. Her talent is undeniable. She's not letting this opportunity pass her by. We love to see it. Quite philosophical about these run-ins with Jackson. She's right to say they're both competitive, but it'd be nice to see them work together. Getting the best of her teammate today. I'm guessing Jackson won't like that one bit. More drama with Jackson and his teammate. When are we going to stop giving him a free pass? That one was an easy target. Whether he got into a scrape with one another. They may get on now, but people forget he and Ackerman also had issues in 2021. The answer is right in front of us. Mir already comparing herself to Gasly, Leclerc, Russell. I'd be surprised to even see her next season personally. How much fun it would have been to have had Devin and Kelly on the same team. Rumors are there aren't the closest of siblings. If you think this, Jackson Mir's relationship is testy. Who knows what that one would look like on track. You're telling me that doesn't sound like a must-see racing? Now Jackson wants out at Corner Sport. Does this guy not want to stay on the team longer than 2 years? He needs to be careful what he wishes for. Where else does he think is going to end up? I mean, are the top 3 teams thing true then, or not? Just be wary about denying your father's role in getting your seat at Corner Sport. There's a danger people start thinking you're privileged out and out of touch. Happy to discuss lines. You can see that better neutralize the issue. Let me know. Okay, I kind of starting to wonder about that. No subject. We speak full of what you say over the team radio. Press are hungry for even the smallest disagreement. Corner Sports, it's better. We don't argue publicly. Great race. See you at the meeting. Press call. But the feature piece that's being written on Corner Sport is after Spielberg. There is a driver focus piece, so we need to ask Kelly. Need to give up some time and take questions. It should be already in your calendars. Any questions? Let me know. Right, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. So I think it's 3 or 4 chapters in this one. So yeah, not too bad of a chapter. Yeah, nothing else to save. Aside from that, yeah, like I said, that's gonna be it. So hope you guys have enjoyed. For the rest of the week, maybe Thursday, Friday. Depends when I've got on schedule. Gonna be playing the Crew Motorfest. I decided not to do the early access to the game, the 3-day early access. So there is a 5-day hour free trial from 14 to 17. So I'm gonna make use of that and see what it's like. Yeah, I'm gonna play Motorfest this week. That's all there is to it. While as the Singapore Grand Prix starts at that time, so Thursday, Friday. So yeah, hope you guys look forward to that. And if you do, follow me here on Twitch. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Link is in the About section. That's all where all the VODs are, from online sessions from Need for Speed games to all the story modes and the career modes in all kinds of games, including the Grid series and the Need for Speed series. Hot Pursuit, Heat, and Unbound are all there. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'll see you guys on Thursday for the Crew Motorfest. And yeah, kind of curious, excited about what that game has to bring. I've not seen any footage of it yet, so yeah, I'm gonna see everything. That's gonna be like the first proper try on seeing what the game it really is like. So yeah, like I said, curious, excited. Right, I'll see you guys then.